Hello, ladies.
Hello, gentlemen.
No, just ladies.
Hello, ladies.
How are you?
Now look at the screen. Now back to me. Now back to the screen. Back to me.
Sadly, your screen isn't me. Anyway, we are going to be back in the grand finals of the Antarctic Cup number 2. And yeah, this is game 4. ApxMankiw, who's our blue Terran, spawning on the right side of MLG dual site. This is his map choice as he lost the last game. He is going to be our blue Terran. His opponent, fnaticaLive, the purple Terran, is going to be spawning on the bottom left. He is leading 2-1. It is a best of 7, so he needs to win 2 more games to take $200 home.
Indeed, he does. At this point, Mankiw should recognize that he is actually in trouble. He is down now, if I'm not mistaken, 2-1 in this series, which means
Yep.
that he's got quite a bit of a road ahead of him. I did see something red next to him, and I thought, oh my god, he's getting proxied by red, and I realized it's purple and blue, and that they're above a bunch of lava, so... Anyway, we've got, both players. Alive just showing why he is Code S. He is just so good.
So
I'm gonna
good,
keep saying it.
tasteless.
He's so good, Artosis. Man, Tasteless and Artosis are just two of the sexiest people in esports.
Obviously.
Artosis, man, like, I just want to hug him because he's awesome. He's such a bro.
Well, we have hugged cats, and you have hugged Destiny.
we're keeping a list of people we've hugged.
Yeah, definitely, of course. I hugged
No.
TLO, yeah. Have you ever hugged TLO?
No. But
Well,
I probably wouldn't hug him. Like, actually, I would hug him because
what, are you worried
rather
that his
than shake his
Germanness
hand, I don't
might...
want to hurt his hand. Bam! That's how you make fun of
Oh.
somebody for a horrible injury that really, really, really hurts them.
Well, everything is pretty standard so far. Everything happening pretty much in tandem. Alive going for a slightly earlier supply depot just to complete that wall off down there. And he also does have a refinery as opposed to Mankiw, who is only now going to be starting to build his refinery. And actually, Mankiw is going for the 1-racks fast expand. And Alive is going straight into that factory production.
Yeah. I just... One rat's fast expand and then straight into factory. I am actually quite exhausted.
Yeah, me too,
I
man.
just realized my focus is just... And I can't imagine how you are.
Almost done, man. Almost done.
Almost done. Only two, or rather, only, wait, how many?
Only
Only
2,
two
3,
to four
4,
more games.
or yeah, only 2, 3, or 4 more games to go.
Yeah, and I assume you're just going to put the VODs up for the third place.
Yeah, I'll put the VODs up for the 3rd place. I might not even cast 3rd place live, to be honest.
Yeah.
But a factory is going to be going down for Mankiw, and there's the expansion for Alive. So pretty much everything's the same thus far, except for the timing on a couple of them. There's a start work going up for Alive as well. But both of them are looking to take reasonably early expansions. Mankiw is going to be finishing this up and probably morphing it into an audible right around now-ish. Yep, there we go. But one of the things we see Mankiw do a lot, and I'm interested to see whether or not he chooses to do this, is that he'll build this really early in-base expansion. Just keep it there for the extra mulage. And you pointed this out. He against Hayswabs, he did this in almost every game against Hayswabs, and was able to just use those extra mules on 2 or 3 base, on 1 or 2 base, to just make his pushes that much stronger.
Yeah, except for that one point where he just failed to capitalize, and then suddenly he used it again. And yeah, command centers are good, man. Like, not enough people go for that macro orbital. A lot of people get macro hatches. Nobody gets macro nexus simply because it's not all that great an idea unless you really want a huge probe economic lead, which I guess it's
One of
it's
these days,
viable.
we will see that. We'll see people start putting it. We'll see like not Huck. We'll see Kiwikaki start putting down macro nexuses.
The difference between the problem with a macro nexus and the difference that it has with an orbital and a hatch is that a macro nexus can't call things down, which basically means it can't scan. It can't scan, of course.
Really?
And the only thing that it does is either make a mothership or a probe and chronoboost. So you get extra chronoboost, but it's not really worth the 400 minerals.
Yeah, of course.
And once you've saturated the base that the macro nexus is next to, all you have is energy. So it's not really worth it.
And
Meanwhile,
MankiW,
Macro Hatch is active the whole
oh
game,
yeah,
and a
Macro
Macro
Hatch is
Orbital
probably the best.
can do anything anywhere. It can call down anything at any point, anywhere it wants. It can even get Thors into your enemy's base, like, instantly for free.
Oh,
So,
of course. Well, this Banshee from Alive is gonna only get one kill and pretty much be shut down by that Viking. We're also seeing a Raven on the way up from MankiW, who is actually going to be using this orbital just as a macro orbital. He did get that much earlier than Alive. Alive, however, has put it down at its expansion a lot earlier than MankiW will. So I do like that that Alive has swapped that Tech Lab over with that barracks, so he's not going to be committing to any sort of Banshee aggression. And especially after that one was shut down so easily by by MankiW rather. And MankiW looks like he's getting another barracks up, and he's got that engineering base, so it looks like he's probably going to go for a predominantly bio play. And I'm just interested to see. Yeah, it looks like he's finally going to be expanding now, and grabbing another barracks while he's at it.
yeah, that does look like that's what we'll be seeing out of both players. Yeah, there's just not much. This time, Alive will be going for, yeah, that medevac marine heavy. Just getting those tanks. Marine tank, man, it's just so good. It's a great strat. It's not as powerful. I wouldn't say it's as powerful as mech can be in TVT, but it's just so much easier. It's kind of like, I would say that, okay, for anyone who played Super Smash Bros. Melee, if mech is Mr. Game & Watch, then Marine Tank is Marth.
Nah, I love that. Oh, that was beautiful. Well, no, you could also say Mech is Roy and Marine Tank is Marth.
The thing is, Marth is harder to master than Roy, but once you master him, he destroys Roy.
Yeah, and Roy is slow.
Yeah, Roy's...
Well,
yes,
MankiW
Roy
is
is
gonna
like
get.
mech in that he's slower.
Yep.
Although Roy is, like, super, super duper lightning fast compared to Ike. Holy crap.
Ike?
From Brawl.
Oh, I haven't played Brawl.
You
Well,
haven't played Brawl?
I
Brawl is
have,
so
but
good.
very little. I don't have a Wii.
Oh, okay.
And I don't want a Wii. Anyway, we have 4 barracks up, and 3 of them do have reactors on them, so that's the ability to produce 8 Marines at a time, if he so desires. That is a pretty nice production capability from Alive, and of course, Alive does have Alive is not opting for many Marauders at all. He's just going for pure ass Marine, pretty much. He is a little supply blocked right now, and he's actually, yeah, he's going to be fixing that. That's just been fixed now, so no problem there. A little bit of Marine aggression there. Took something out there. I wasn't quite able to see what that was. But actually, Alive is taking a pretty commanding lead. MankiW is going to be supply blocked himself, and the worker supply is 47 to 40, and Alive is leading there. And he's also got a pretty significant army lead by about 14 points himself there as well. No major harassment yet. 1 worker kill for each, probably just the scout. So not all that much in the way of aggression going on thus far in this game. However, this is a pretty massive push coming from Alive, and he has loaded those medevacs up, and this is a blind spot in MankiW's base. He is not going to see this drop go down.
Indeed, he's not. And those tanks on the low ground, man, those are so good in every
Here
matchup.
goes the stim. And he's in the mineral line, and there is nothing here. He's just got that one Raven, that one Viking. Yeah, there goes the Viking. The Raven's almost dead as well, and that's a huge loss in gas. And the Raven is actually going to survive, but he's going to do a lot of damage there. And he's actually not going to opt to try to pull. Oh, yeah, he's not going to be able to lift because they focus down on one of those. Pretty brilliant focus down on one of those medevacs. The other one will be able to get out. But how many workers did he kill there? He killed 6 workers. That wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, he killed a lot of workers, and keep in mind that Marines are basically free.
Oh, sure. Oh, did you see that?
Oh, what?
Ooh, big hits on those Marines from the tanks.
Yeah, man.
And,
no, yeah,
oh, this is, that, oh, he does lose an almost full medevac though, and he'll take a lot of hits from MankiW's tanks as well. So
yeah, I think Alive is just thinking, okay, that wasn't fair. Like, you gave me a generous Marine donation, so I might as well give you the same.
Probably. There's a lot of stuff moving out for Alive again. He's going to be reinforcing with 14 Marines, two additional medevacs, and another tank. He's actually pulling back though. Those 4 tanks that were putting on some little low ground aggression, are going to be pulling back. It looks like he's going to be repositioning around the other entrance to the natural. That is one of the beautiful things about dual sight. There are so many paths to your opponent's base, and Mankiw now is going to be caught totally out of position if Alive decides to go up this one path.
Yeah, man. I love drop play. Drop play is so good, and not enough players do it in Marine Tank. Marine Tank always seems to be out positioning. It
Here
seems
we
kind of like
go.
the...
Ooh, he is going to be able to take out that tank, and he's going to be able to get a couple of workers. Here comes the
Oh,
stim, and he's going to lose
man.
a lot of Marines there. Holy cow. There go almost all of his bioforces. He's actually going to lose all of it, lose his tank line as well. But that was a huge loss for Mankiw. He's now up to 18 worker kills Alive is, and that puts Mankiw at a severe disadvantage despite him being able to win that engagement.
Yeah, man. I mean, Alive just being really, really, really methodical, just taking, he's taking damage. He's taking so much damage to his forces, but only in trade for
Oh no.
actual...
Alive has a drop ship that's going to be killed while it's full. He loses 5 Marines in that medevac, and the other Marines are going to go down without doing all that much damage. So that's a moderate win for Mankiw. A third base is on the way up for Alive, though. What were
Yeah,
you
but
saying, Sean?
keep in mind, why don't you open the army supply, and that will tell us a little bit of a different story, though.
Holy drop play, Batman. A drop
There
in the
was a
natural
drop
of
over here in the
Mankiw,
natural,
and he's
just
going to
doing so much
continue
damage.
doing damage. Holy cow. So many losses on the side of Mankiw. He's now up to 29 worker kills, Alive is, and that
Yeah.
was not what he needed. Sensor tower has gone up around just here for Alive, so Alive is going to be able to see absolutely every time Mankiw decides to come even close, and he'll be able to have time to prepare for that. See, he's getting in
Yeah.
position right now, repositioning his tanks, and that's a phenomenal use of sensor towers. Sensor towers are very underused, I feel, except on the very, very highest levels.
Yeah, and at the very, very lowest levels. Like, I've played games against people who've had, like, 6 sensor towers, and, like, I've had no map control.
Well, Alive is actually going to lose his command center. Good, Mankiw did stim there, and Mankiw is doing a lot of damage. The problem is that he's taken so much damage from these harassment. There was another. No, there wasn't another drop. Never mind. This Raven is still alive. It actually has 6 kills, which means it must have dropped some auto turrets somewhere. But only 4 worker kills for Mankiw. So even if he did drop some auto turrets that we missed, it wasn't the biggest of wins for him. And well, Alive is just way ahead. He was a little behind in army supply, but a 44 worker lead will allow you to catch that up pretty easily. And this is Mankiw's army just here. Alive is going to be moving in with a pretty big ball of Marines. And there's not that much here to defend for Mankiw. Mankiw is totally out of position at the...
We're out of position.
Oh, this is not good for Mankiw. And the Marines are going to be moving in.
Marines are so low on health at this point. Every bit of damage he does is basically free. Like, those Marines are so useless without medevacs, and yet he's doing damage with them, and that is horrible for Mankiw. Like, the fact that he even got that refinery down to low health, that's money that his opponent has to spend in order to kill those Marines. That should have been done for free. So, I mean, it's
Pretty
just
much.
that's kind of hard to follow, but it's like he does damage with those Marines. He shouldn't be doing damage with those Marines. So,
Yeah, well, Alive does have... I mean, that was a push from Alive, but that was just a tiny push compared to the huge army he has at home. 9 tanks are now moving out, and 9 tanks is very scary when all you have is 4. All you have is 4.
yes, indeed. Well, yeah, man.
I just realized Mankiw has only just now started remaking the SCVs that he lost.
Yeah. Honestly, I just don't... I'm speechless right now. Mankiw is actually researching +3, so he's a little bit ahead in the weapons upgrades, but he only has +1 armor. I worry for Mankiw, man. He's just like...
Although he could go for a Doom drop in the main, really. He has enough medevacs for that. Or a Doom elevator, rather. But, oh my god, Alive has so much stuff. And honestly, Alive is just playing... I mean, Mankiw is trying to find a hole in the defenses, but this sensor tower is just...
I love this auto turret here in the main of Alive.
The thing is, it doesn't do all that much damage, but it lives for 3 minutes. It's going to be able to take down a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man, it's going to be able to take down that supply depot.
Yeah, he's now supply blocked Alive.
And Alive is actually going to find himself Sorry, he's actually going to find himself thinking, oh my god, wait a second. Why am I supply blocked?
Yeah,
Man,
exactly. Yeah,
where's the second?
he is actually going to be able to take down that turret pretty easy mode. I mean, Mankiw's been trying to put on a little bit of pressure, but Mankiw is just playing so sloppily himself. He just had to use a call down, and he's still not all that close to finishing his next supply depot. He's already... Oh, bad decision making as well to put the call down on an already injured supply depot. Anyway, here it looks like there might be an engagement here at the third of Alive. The siege up has come from Mankiw. The siege up for Alive is going to be way too much for Mankiw to handle, though. All of those tanks. And there comes the push. He's going to be able to focus down the tanks with the Marines that are closest, and that should well be GG. There's the GG from Mankiw, and Alive will take game 4. It's now 3-1.